This is 5 fighters that competed in only one tournament that I would love to see return. Number 5, Terrence Tubby from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Terrence fought at Southern Hands Slugfest 11, and he got matched in the opening round of the bracket against Jay Marceau. Very reputable fighter with the promotion. And this fight holds even more significance now. It aged well because a couple of events later, Jay won the whole tournament, became a lightweight champion. So you see Terrence here. Terrence is in the pocket, exchanging punches, uppercuts, hooks, straight punches. Great variety on his punches here. Terrence, a smaller guy, smaller lightweight. He's in there. He's with Jay, one of the best. Catches him with a big left hook and sets him back. Jay does a little bit of showboating there. But Terrence was in every second of this fight, every exchange. I mean, it was a real 50-50 fight. It was close. Jay got off to a big lead early, and then Terrence started coming back. And then you'll see the big shot here. Big left hook from Terrence. Knocks Jay into the rope, and that's going to count as a knockdown. Not many people have gotten to Jay's chin like that, so that's something Terrence can hang his hat on. But you see Terrence just coming through relentlessly. This guy was as game as he could be, man. That's why he's on this list. I want to see more from him. A lot of matchups for this guy. I mean, the fight he gave Jay was so memorable, man. This event was just so action-packed. Sometimes this fight got overlooked, but this guy was in Jay's ass, fighting all 3 rounds. He made him earn this W. So Terrence was memorable and very crafty fighter. You see some shots he landed here, and yeah, that was a good win for Jay. He weathered the storm and got the win over Terrence. Number 4, Garrett Mercer from Atascosa County, Texas. This guy was awesome. Southern Hands Slugfest 3, our outdoor event. Let me tell you about this guy. This guy never fought before, ever. Drives over from Texas. His first fight ever, he beats Adam Nash on a split decision. Adam Nash. So he gets that win to start off his Southern Hands Slugfest journey. In the quarterfinals here, you see he's matched with the toughest man that's ever lived, Joshua the Storm Walls. So, I mean, Garrett's moving around. He's a big guy. He has decent lateral movement here for a guy who's not really fought and understanding range a little bit. He's getting hit by the shorter guy, but Garrett was tough. He was in shape. He had a lot of heart. He got tested in so many ways. I mean, he beats Adam Nash. He gets the win over Josh Wallace here by decision. And he's throwing punches. You see him. He's long. He's rangy. You know, he was an athlete, a D1 football player, I believe, and very tough guy. I mean, you see, he was deceivingly fast. I remember that about him. And, you know, he's just a good competitor. He surprised me a lot, especially a guy with no experience, you know, no consistent training. So to be in there with this caliber of guys in your debut tournament, and especially what these guys went on to do, was something else. You know, beating Adam Nash and Josh Walls back-to-back and getting to the semifinals here like he does. You know, in the semifinals, he fights a guy named Patrick Hicks. This guy was a mountain of a man. We'll get to that once that footage starts showing. But you see him. He's in the pocket with Josh. He's not scared to exchange. Josh is throwing big shots, big hooks. He's fighting. He's coming forward. He's throwing. But Garrett's throwing punches going backward, going forward. So he got the win there. He's already 2-0 right here. And you see him in there with Patrick Hicks. Giant guy. Hicks hurts him here. This is early in the first round and puts him down. I mean, he busted his nose. Garrett was kind of, you know, looking around, the look in his eyes. You couldn't really tell. You know, you don't know what this guy's made of. He ain't got a lot of fight footage or anything, you know, just and so you see Garrett, he's in there. He's trying to finish the round strong. He just got knocked down. Let me tell you about this Patrick Hicks guy. In his opening fight, he beat P.J. Taylor, his first fight ever. So these guys came here and were bracket busters. They threw the whole board up in the air. And you see Garrett come back with a big right hand that drops Hicks. I mean, what a response. He comes out round 2, knocks Hicks down with a flush right hand, sits him down, and, you know, so he goes in here. Both guys have been down at this point. We're midway through the second round, and Garrett's just going to keep going to work here, keeping the pressure on. You see him landing shot after shot. I mean, chin, coming forward, left and right. So gets him on the ropes here, starts unwinding, and just rips off uppercuts, hooks, straight punches, punch, and finishes them off. He gets the knockout win. This guy's 3-0 with 3 quality wins heading into the finals in his debut tournament. That's why this guy's on this list, because of what he did with you know, little training, his debut tournament. It was something else. He was memorable. And see a little footage here with the champ. Amos McLeod ended up winning the whole thing. A great fighter, but Garrett got his shot. Garrett got his shots in. You know, Garrett went down in this fight too and beat the count, finished the fight, lost by decision. So he finished 3-1. He was the runner-up. He placed silver and got him a good knockout too. So Garrett was memorable. He was awesome, and I have been communicating with him. He will be returning in the next heavyweight bracket, so I'm excited to have him back. You see him landing punches on Adam Nash, getting his hand raised. Josh Walls getting his hand raised. Patrick Hicks, big knockout, getting his hand raised. And this guy was strong and athletic. And I welcome Garrett back. We can't wait to have him back now. Number 3, LJ Captain Kirk Taylor. This guy was a heavy hitter. This guy had some heavy hands here. He's in the white shirt. You see him. He's got Kevin Turner pinned against the ropes. Kevin's a tough guy. Trains out of West Bank. Very reputable MMA gym. So no slouch here. And you see LJ just doing work. LJ always was leaning forward, crowding his opponent. And then anytime he got any space, he threw big power punches. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Everybody he touched was like, I mean, that man is strong. LJ also, not to mention, holds a 7-0 MMA record. Amateur MMA record of 7-0, so and some knockouts. So this guy can hit. You see he put Kevin down there already once. This is in the first round, opening round of the bracket. And LJ's just throwing, shorter guy. I mean, strong as an ox. You see big hooks. He puts Kevin down, and Kevin does not beat the count here. And that's a knockout win for LJ to start off a Southern Hand Slugfest career. So this guy comes from Jenna, Louisiana. Like I said, it's 7-0 in amateur MMA. I mean, you see these big hooks he throws. He's fighting Brian Payton here. Brian Payton, great amateur boxer. And LJ is just nasty. He's throwing big punches. This Brian Payton guy he's fighting here, he's one of the few men to hold a win over Superman Snotty, Michael Superman Snotty at Southern Hand Slugfest. So, again, no slouch. You see LJ, when he touches people, he puts them on the floor, man. He already knocked out Kevin Turner, and here he is against Brian Payton. They're in the second round here, the quarterfinals, and he's going to finish off Brian with a nasty right hand. It got him KO of the night for the heavyweights. There it is, folks. I mean, LJ can hit, man. I'm telling you, he's a truck. He's a tank. And this guy was unbelievably impressive. 2-0, 2 knockouts against 2 credible opponents. He's in the semifinals here against Michael Snotty, the #1 fighter in the promotion's history. And Snotty trained for this tournament. He showed up in shape, and these two went back and forth, back and forth. It was a very rugged fight. Oh, my goodness. And Snotty drops him with a power jab. That punch actually knocked LJ's front tooth out of his mouth. He sent me a picture afterwards. It was nasty. And LJ's trying to get him back here. He's crowding him. And I mean, he's right in Michael. This is when Michael was, Snotty was knocking everybody out at the time. And LJ showed zero fear. He got in his chest. You know, he got dropped. He got up to his feet. Big right hand. You see this guy. I mean, he's just a windmill. And he is just so stout. He's thick neck. He's difficult to injure. This guy is in there. And, again, coming forward, crowding him, landing his shots. You see Snotty getting his head snapped back. He did lose a decision to Mike in the semifinals there. So he went 2-1 with 2 knockouts. He got the best KO award. And what a memorable performance from LJ Taylor. We're going to have him back. I've been communicating with him too. I've got a lot of fun matchups for that guy. I can't wait to see him back. Number 2, Zachary the Stunner Morton from Pensacola, Florida. Southern Hand Slugfest 11 is when he competed. I'm going to get this guy back as well. You see him fighting Charles Smith here. Zachary Morton is in the red shorts, and his lateral movement, this guy is a phenomenal boxer. I can tell right away. Left-handed, good snappy 1-2. He's got a really good check right hook. He's always moving. This is what I'm talking about, boxing aggressively. This guy's the perfect example of boxing aggressively. You know, when I say let your hands go and go out there and fight hard and this, that, and the other, and don't waste any second in these 1-minute rounds, I'm talking about fighting to your strengths and fighting to your style. But you see Zach. Zach's, you know, he's not throwing 3 jabs around and looking for decisions. I mean, he's always punching. He's always moving. He's not putting 100% on every punches. He whips a 1-2. He's moving. And this is Charles Smith. Charles is gotten better and better and better. So a good name on his resume here to beat Charles. And stepping around him, popping both hands, lateral movement, controlling him. And this is just bull and matador here. This is Zach controlling the fight, controlling the pace. He really understands distance and timing. And you can see he's always ready to pivot and step around. Slick southpaw, good punches, good movement, and I mean he was crafty. This guy ended up going 3-1 on the night. This is his second fight after he beat Charles Smith. He's fighting Jax Rogers, another tough young fighter. Jax comes forward throwing hard punches. Zach's always sideways, always on the side of him. Check right hook, throwing him around. Head movement, he's going for it. Good feints. You know, watch Zach. He plays. He's playful. Puts something in his face. He's smiling. There it is. Boom. He lands a shot, steps around. I mean, Zach was very light on his feet. Extremely crafty. Big hook. Hurts Jax. I mean, Jax is a tough guy. He's in there. Body shots. Getting him to drop his hands a little bit. Zach stays on him. He's a volume puncher. This is how you box at Southern Hands Slugfest. This is the pace. And look at his style. So, I mean, Zach really put his foot on the gas here. He had Jax hurt. They went to the third round here. And Zach staying on him. And Zach, boom, big right hook. There's that check hook again, just understanding distance, digging to the body. I mean, you know, he's having fun in there. He's letting his hands go. Boom, boom, 1-2. He's got Jackets against the ropes here. You know, he's walking him down. He's feinting. Big right hook. Again, I mean, this guy is well-schooled. You can see it. Body shots, crumbles him over, and that did it. He got the win there. So he moves on. He's in the semifinals, and if you know who Train Hollins is, you know that's no easy go. Both men are 2-0 on the night at this point, and he's fighting Anthony Train Hollins. You see him doubling the jab. Good head movement. He fights behind his shoulders. Very crafty. Ooh, sneaky right hook got in. Body shot. Stepping around him. Same style. Train is a big lightweight. He's strong. He's very fast, and he's very athletic, and Zach dealt with him. He won by unanimous decision, and Train had his moments and landed his shots too, but my goodness. I mean, you see Zach, boop, pop, pop. I mean, he's in and out, in and out, in and out. He's very comfortable in there. He gets to the finals, and he fights the #1 lightweight of all time, the 3-time lightweight champion, Moses Sanders. Moses won his second title on this night, and he gave, you know, it was southpaw versus southpaw. He gave Moses some fits. He gave Moses some different looks, some stuff to think about. And Moses is just so great, man. I mean, you see Moses landing his shots, but Zach's giving him good competition. He's giving him work. And Zach's, I mean, he's going to beat a lot of guys. I got him coming back for a future tournament. I'm ready to announce that. So Zach's ready to he wants that Moses rematch. You know, he went 3-1, runner-up, placed silver, got a knockout, got great experience fighting these guys and all the work that he did. And this guy was so impressive. He's a stylistic matchup for a lot of people. He's going to beat a lot of fighters at Southern Hands Slugfest. So, but yeah, he hangs in with Moses. He lands his shots. Moses is just so great, man. I mean, just so well-schooled and well-crafted. And Moses met him right in the middle. And look at these two exchanging punches here down the final stretch, last 30 seconds of the fight. Moses telling him to come on. And what a performance by Zachary the Stunner Morton. I won't forget this guy. He will be coming back. And phenomenal runner-up debut tournament. And this guy is going to be a terror if he keeps showing up. So awesome job, Zach. Welcome him back anytime. And the #1 fighter I want to welcome back that's only fought in one tournament, Parker Bad News Byers from Memphis, Tennessee. Watch this guy. Big heavyweight, black shirt from Memphis. I mean, very snappy, stepping around. I mean, double jab, right hand, left hook. He's comfortable in there. He's crowding him. Parker was so fast for a heavyweight. Look at these punches. This is not sped up or anything like that. I mean, this guy's 260-something pounds, 270. I mean, he's snappy and fast. He's fighting Scott White here. Scott was a very tough guy, had fighting experience. And, I mean, Parker is all over him. This is the opening round. Parker dropped him multiple times. Scott made it fun. He made it a fight. But, I mean, he took so many punches in a 3-minute fight. And, credit to him, he went the distance, but I mean, he got dropped time and time again. Parker was just next level. He's young, he's crafty. He's got some good MMA fights underneath his belt, some good wins, but I mean, he was phenomenal. Parker is, I mean, ripping and crowding him. As soon as he gets an opening, he lets his hands go, and he's really dominating the ring generalship. I mean, look at him, he's the boss in there. And this guy is very strong, very young, very fast, and the sky's the limit with him. You see Scott White here. We have a great sequence here where he lands on Parker. Parker chin getting tested for the first time, and Scott's a wild man. I mean, he's letting him go, and he was not going to go away quietly. This was his send-off. And, I mean, this was something else here. The crowd was going nuts. But Parker manages the situation. I like guys getting tested in different areas and seeing what they're made of and how they're going to respond to certain adversities. So Parker weathered the storm. I mean, a stiff jab, right hand behind it. I mean, just working him over. So many shots. I mean, Scott is so tough, man. I mean, watching this fight again is just like, it's ridiculous. But yeah, Parker won that fight by decision, unanimous decision, cleared the unanimous decision. So we're in the quarterfinals here, and he fights Michael Martinez from Puerto Rico. Michael was a tough guy. He tried to hang in there. You know, he's just outmatched, and he got to the quarterfinals, and he's winging his shots, and Parker is digging to the body. Big uppercuts. I mean, anytime Mike was dipping his head, Parker was letting those uppercuts go, and he just stayed on him. He crowded him. He flooded him. He gets a first-round TKO in this fight. And a big right hand. I mean, goodness gracious. Parker is an athlete. He's a very, very, very high IQ fighter already. And, I mean, he's only getting better, and he's only going to get better. So he gets the TKO stoppage there. It was too much. It was too dominant. So he's already 2-0. He fights another 2-0 fighter here, and he's going to fight the Nigerian fighter, Samuel Okoye, the Nigerian Sturmer. Big, rugged guy. You know, he's awkward. He's clumsy. These aren't the easiest guys to fight. They're all over the place. Their footwork are all over the place. But Samuel's a big, strong guy. And, I mean, he gets dropped there, you know, a little off balance. But Parker stays on him. This was a good semifinals fight. You know, they're battling back and forth. And Parker is just, I mean, long 1-2s. I mean, every time he hit guys, they responded. I mean, you know, he's got some weight behind him and technique. And that's a nasty combination for knocking guys out. And Samuel's in trouble here. I mean, he's getting hit a lot. Got him in the corner here. Parker's unloading. Parker ended up getting the fight stopped. He got a third-round knockout. So I liked how he didn't relax. He was up in the fight. You know, he was dominating most of the exchanges. Another knockdown. And he's going to get the finish here. Gets him in the corner. Big jab. Stumbles him. Right hand over the top. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, Parker is just relentless. Showed up in shape as cardio. He drops him. It's nasty. So he got the knockout there. He's 3-0 with 2 knockouts, and he fights Jonathan, the Native Nightmare Orso, in the finals. This fight was ridiculous. Watch this 60 seconds of action. This is probably the only round in Jonathan Orso's career. Jonathan Orso, this fight aged well because Orso is now 11-0 with 9 knockouts in the promotion's history. And this first round here, Orso loses this round. He gets outworked. And I love that about Orso, that he came back and he weathered the storm. But Parker's beating him here. He's winning the exchanges. He's outpointing him. And, you know, I know Orso had a very injured right hand by this point. Both men are 3-0. They've been through the gauntlet. They worked their way through the bracket. But, yeah, this was a crazy fight. Parker stayed on him. And he won the first round, and Orso did come out and win by second-round knockout. But Parker, what a performance. Another 3-1 performance with 2 knockouts, the silver medal. And this guy, it was phenomenal. I've been trying to get him back. I'm trying to time it right. But he has it all. As far as the heavyweight goes, the sky's the limit with this guy. So we welcome him back gladly. And this performance alone, this is why he is number 1 on this list of fighters we'd like to welcome back. Stay tuned for more Gold Club content. Thank you, everybody.